zombie but awake 밤비가 내려wake Can't wait no time is a game so I just put it all my way I'm zombie but awake 밤비가 내려wake Can't wait no time is a game so I just put it all my way All I need is love all I need is hope 사랑을 갈구해 랩으로 빡치는 건 난 랩으로 얘기해 막 사는 걸 자랑을 하는 래퍼들 얘기는 no All I need is hope all I need is hope 현실을 도피해 랩으로 바쁘단 걸 날 필요로 한다고 느끼는 게 살아있다고 날 더 느끼게 해 하고 싶은 얘기들을 담아서 노래로 만들어 나는 길을 받아줘
Yo, what up YouTube? Hope everybody out there doing well, enjoying their week this far. I know it's been, about 2 weeks since I've dropped my last video. So just coming in letting y'all know like, yo, I'm still out here, I'm still doing good, still with USA. I just for the past 2 weeks just been grinding, man. Just out here working continuously, you know what I'm saying? Just learning my craft, learning the low board, getting better with that. Shout out to the few guys that I've been talking to lately that's out also here with USA. They've been a big help with that. So just been out here just getting it, man. Hey, it's another USA truck pulling up now. Oh, any owner operator, wonder who that is. But anyway, yeah, man, hope everybody's doing good. It's Wednesday, end of the month. What is this? I almost said August, September 30th. So we also had a 60-day review as well. So we will put all of that into just this one video. It won't be all that long or whatever the case may be. But so my week, man, I'm not gonna say it's been a bad week, and I'm gonna partially blame myself for this week because I actually had pre-planned 3 loads, and a few videos back that's something I said that I was gonna stop doing, so I'll put that on me. But anyway, so Monday, this is when I should have known my week was gonna go AWOL. Still been a pretty good week though so far so good. A few changes or whatever, but Monday had to get to my first receiver of the week. First shipper of the week. Get there. Load was supposed to be ready at 5. Anytime I'm supposed to be able to pick up anytime between 5 and like midnight, whatever the case may be. So get there around about like 6. Walk in, give her my pickup number. The lady at the desk is like, "Oh, we don't have that pickup number for you. All we have is a different pickup number," which was a USA pickup number, but it was going to somewhere completely different. Alright, whatever, go back in, reach out to my fleet manager, blase. He's like, "Nah, this is the number. It's not showing that any load has been picked up," what the case may be, whatever. Alright, boom. This takes about like 30-40 minutes. Go back in there, and she said, "Oh, yeah, we have an invoice for that, so the load has already been picked up and delivered." Nobody told me. So I go back out to the truck again, reach out to my fleet manager again. He was like, "No, the trailer is," I think it was like 9478, something like that, whatever the case may be. Blase, blah. Go back in there, talk to the lady again. She still has no clue to where this trailer is, what's up with it, whatever the case may be. So I guess the warehouse manager came out, gave him the number. He looked it up, basically said the same thing, whatever. No trailer's there. It's not here, whatever the case may be. And literally like 3 minutes after that, a regular old warehouse guy came out, and the assistant manager asked him like, "Hey, has this order number been picked up?" And as soon as the warehouse manager told to the just regular old warehouse guy, he said, "Nah, the paperwork is right here." So I just sat here for 2 or 3 hours waiting and trying to figure out where my load is, because the lady couldn't find the paperwork, whatever the case may be, and it was sitting right there beside her the entire time. Now, I understand, to her credit, she was in a different position. She said that she doesn't normally be right there, whatever the case may be. Alright, cool. I can understand some difficulties, you not being able to know right offhand where stuff is at, but paperwork is literally sitting right beside you. And I figured everything after that. I was like, all right, boom, there's my paperwork, let me go. She said, oh, no, I can't. I got to put all of this into the system and everything now. But if you seen an invoice for it, wasn't it already in the system? Wasn't. All right, boom. So that put me about 3 hours behind. Finally get up to, next day, get up to Illinois. Again, it's an easy run, light load, no issues. It put me about 3 hours behind. So, what's it, Wednesday? Yesterday, I get to Illinois and drop that load that I picked up from Winchester. Literally, as soon as I drop the trailer, I get a message from my fleet manager. Your next load has been canceled. Yo, I'm literally like 30 miles away from it, but it is what it is. I ended up just sitting there for the rest of that night. Went ahead, did my 10. I actually probably had quite a few hours off. I don't know. I think I was actually down for about 14 hours total. But I ended up walking down the street to this little Italian place to get me something to eat. Got me a nice little seafood fettuccine. It was pretty good food. It was good. People were, you know what I'm saying, they were cool people. Everybody in there, except for when they was actually eating, had on a mask. All of the employees had on masks. So that was, you know what I'm saying, that was dope. Nice little Italian spot. It was something that, like, you know, we'll just take advantage of not having to go and pick up this next load. I was tired anyway, so that actually benefited me and everything. Which, so since that second load that canceled, my third load I also couldn't get. So for this week, the 3 loads that I had pre-planned, I've only been able to do 1. And again, I go back to blaming myself for that, because I said that I wasn't gonna do that anymore, and I did it anyway. I don't even know why I did it. I see stuff on the board that I wanted, so I grabbed it. So that was that. That's how my week's been going so far. I am currently on a load, parked up early for the day in somewhere in Indiana at a Petro. Headed to Ohio for to drop off this current load, pick up another one out of Cincinnati, head down to PA. But now to the 60-day review. Other than that, like, and that's all stuff that I just said. That's all stuff that's part of trucking. So you can't really be mad with that. That's gonna happen basically wherever you go that has anything to do with trucking. Loads will be canceling. You have little things like that happen with ladies not with the shipping, not being able to find paperwork and waiting on something that's already supposed to be preloaded. That just is what it is. So I didn't really get too upset about that. And there are plenty of loads on the load board. Like, yes, I do minimize what I do, just because, again, that's me. Like, I'm not driving. What is it I'm trying to say? I'm not going to be just picking loads just to be picking loads. Like, I don't pull anything super heavy. My average weight of my loads have been about 18,000. I have pulled a few heavy loads, nothing over 35, but that's just me. Just keeping the wear and tear down, keeping the wear and tear of my truck kind of low. But other than that, again, like, to the review itself, like USA, I'm still rocking with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing good. I'm not complaining about too much. That's really nothing to complain about, to be perfectly honest with you, because a lot of the stuff that I hear people complaining about is really just part of trucking, or it's something that they can actually do themselves to improve whatever it is that they're complaining about. So I don't see anything to complain about. And then those that are just constantly that's complaining, man, you will keep complaining. Just leave, go somewhere else, don't talk about it, just do it and keep it moving. But they have actually, let's see, like, so was it last Thursday, I think it was, they had like a little town hall meeting conference for all of the ICs, and kind of just letting us know what's going on, wanted to hear from us, things like that. And good news is they do have some new brokers and some new lanes opening up now. Me personally, again, this is where I limit myself personally, and it's something I thought about. A lot of their new lanes that they've opened up with brokers have been coming like out of the Midwest, things like that, going out to like Cali and places like that. And I'm not taking I'm not driving to Cali. I'm not doing it. And I've actually just seen something where a guy was talking about a little way he had going out there from Texas to Cali that was basically paying pennies to do it. So I'm not driving that far out anyway. Like, to each his own. Like, yo, you want to go out there, go. Like, they are working on more freight going out Midwest and California and things like that. So if that's the place that you want to run, those lanes are opening up over here at USA. Now, for me, again, this goes to them adding new brokers. Like, they actually had a few new brokers that's already for some of the lanes that I'm running, which is going to be good for me. Like, I'll from time to time branch out as need be here and there to start going out a little further, not to California or nothing, or Vegas or nothing like that, but here and there if need be, I'll branch out a little further from time to time. But I'm just gonna stay in my lanes and just make it do what it do. Like, again, I'm doing pretty good right now with the lanes that I'm running. Wintertime is coming, so I'm gonna be cutting some things out or minimizing how much I go to some of these places just because it's wintertime. I know they're gonna be getting snow, stuff like that, and again, brothers are driving in the snow if I can help it. Well, let me say that if I know it's gonna snow, I'm not going to certain places. Now, if I so happen to already be headed to a place or in a place and it so happens to snow, alright, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's light. We'll keep trucking and keep it moving. But yeah, so they got a few lanes, like I said, that I already run. Like, it's this Jersey lane. I haven't had a chance to get to it yet, but it's a lane that I used to, well, not a lane, but it's a broker, that customer broker, however you want to call it, that I used to pull for with my old company. And it's a pretty dope load. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's coming from John Mansfield out of New Jersey. And I've really been staying from out of New Jersey since coming over here to USA as I see. I've been staying out of like Jersey, New York, all of those places in the Northeast. Like, I've been going to Pennsylvania, that's about it. But because this particular broker, they'll be coming from out of a place that I know very well in Jersey. I think it's like Berlin, Jersey or something like that. So it's actually not that bad to get to. And the loads are always like right up my alley. I love light loads. It saves on fuel, wear and tear, all that good stuff, where basically if it saves on wear and tear, it saves me on maintenance. And that's big, saving on maintenance, not having to just run your truck into the dirt and your truck is always in the shop, things like that. So, and then also being light, again, it also saves on fuel. So, and fuel will be your biggest expense outside of, again, whatever you have to do for your maintenance, but fuel is gonna be your biggest expense. So I try to minimize my biggest expenses as much as possible, and over the last few weeks I've definitely been doing a lot better that as well, because honestly, like, yo, when I first started over here, not really knowing and I guess still being in that company mindset, and I was spending about anywhere from $1,000 to $1,300 a week in fuel, just fuel. So far this week, and I'm currently sitting at a full tank, so I probably actually got enough to make it back home this weekend without having to get fuel. Spent $700. It's a big difference. We're just gonna say at a regular $1,100, that's a $400 a week extra coming my way versus being taken out. So definitely want to keep that low. But it's been good over here. Like I said, I just mentioned they have some new things going on, new brokers, new lanes. Some of them I think, yeah, still could pay a little bit more, and probably at some other places these same lanes are actually paying more, but I'm not comparing where I'm at over here to USA to anybody else because I'm not over there, and I'm not for the whole comparing thing. Like, this is USA allows me to do what I need to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, and I'm able to take care of things. And you can make money over here, and my fleet manager Once again, y'all heard me say this in multiple videos. My fleet manager is that guy. Like, he's always there. He's quick with his replies, things like that. The only time I may actually have to wait for a reply from him is when he's actually at lunch. And I can dig that. I feel that, like, yo, I'm at lunch, leave me alone, I get back to you when I come back. So that is what it is. And I know I'm a little bit all over the place right now with what's supposed to be a review, but it's really just me just talking, letting y'all know how the week has been going, things like that, and just through the simple fact of a review in there, because it's been 60 days since I started. Like I said, yo, I'm still here, still enjoying it. I am making money. I've started making a little bit more money the more and more that I'm learning, the better and better that I'm getting, well, the more and more familiar that I'm getting with the load board itself, because a lot of what you make is going to be how you run. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how long it's going to take as shippers and receivers, if it's a live load or a live unload, knowing the routes to these places, things like that, all of that matters in what you're able to make. Again, the terrains that you run, the weight that you carry, and different stuff like that. Like, it's a lot more than just picking a load, jumping in your truck, driving from A to B, and that's what it is. Like, yeah, you can do that, and I really feel that it is a lot of ICs over here that do just do that, where they just see a number on the load board and, oh, this load pays X amount of money to go to this place, and that X amount of money doesn't really equal up to where you're going. Just, again, not really throwing out any actual numbers, but you're picking a load going to, I was gonna say Florida from, I don't know, I was gonna say Jersey. You're going from Jersey to Florida because you see a line haul number. Yeah, that line haul number looks good, but then it's also, I don't know the exact number, but I'm just gonna throw it. It's probably close to about 1,000+ miles from Jersey to Florida. And after you take out what you're gonna put in the truck for fuel, that really just shrunk that line haul number on what you're going to make as far as like what the truck is going to make, because again, we only get a percentage of that line haul, and that percentage is 65%. It's a good percentage. It's a few other companies as well that does the 65%. I know there's other companies out there that do more, whatever the case may be, but 65% of the load is a good amount. I'm working with it. It's doing what I needed to do, again, like I said, but you got to be smart about how and when and where you're running to, and not just picking loads if you're going to come over here. And I really feel that's, again, for anywhere. Like, if you're just going to be picking loads, like, you're more than likely going to be losing more than what you are winning if you're just picking loads just because you see a particular line haul number. It's like, oh, this load is paying $3,200. Yeah, that load is paying $3,200. And when you times it by your 65, that already brings it down to estimated, I'm going to say, 3265, estimated somewhere between like $2,500 to the truck. That's real good. But then, like I said, that load is also going 1,500 miles, 1,800 miles, close to 2,000 miles, and you're gonna use $800-900 in fuel just for that one run. Now you've easily to drop that 24 down to about 17, 18. And again, that's 17, 18, and we're gonna say you're going 1,800 to 2,000 miles. Well, it's gonna take you 2 to 3 days to do that run, and you now just ran down there at the end of the day, just did that run for less than $1 a mile. But it looked good at first. So if you're definitely thinking about coming over here at USA, again, I would definitely recommend it. Like, if you would come on, but don't just be over here seeing stuff and just picking it for the hell of it. Like, be smart about it. The loads that you pick, make them make sense. Like, and this is something that somebody told me, because I don't base my how I'm doing off of a rate per mile number. I know some drivers do it. That's good. That's all good. Like, I don't do mine by a rate per mile. Like, for me, I have a set number that I want my truck to make every time I move it. Now, not every load, again, this is because I am still new to all of this and learning and figuring things out, but not every load hits that set amount that I have for the truck, but about 70% of the loads that I pick do hit that number. So it keeps me pretty well, especially on those loads that, like a lot of the loads that I do to get home are definitely under what I want for the truck. But like, figure out your numbers. If you're gonna come over here, and again, this is for anywhere, not just USA, but if you're gonna get into the IC and become an owner operator, like, get your numbers together. Figure out what it is that you need for you to make this work. Like, don't just come out here blindfolded, hopping in it and just going. Like, just do a little bit of research, depending on what kind of truck you got, who you got your truck from, where you got your truck from. Get all of that stuff together. Know what you need monthly for your personal bills, things like that, what you need monthly for the truck. Figure that out, and then find yourself, if it's by the mile, if it's a rate per mile, let it be a rate per mile. If it's a per load, like as far as like how much you want to make per load truck wise, figure out what that number is. Or if it's weekly, monthly, whatever the case may be, like, find your numbers. Find your numbers. Find your numbers. Because once you do, I'm not gonna say this is easy, but it becomes easy. Like, once you know that, because then you're not just running out here like a chicken with his head cut off, and at the end of the week it was like, oh man, I thought I would have made a lot more than this by looking at these numbers that I picked. Yeah, again, don't just be looking at numbers neither, as far as like what these loads pay. Like, you gotta look at everything with these loads when you're picking them. Where it's going to, kind of know what the terrain is, how much it weighs. Like, all of that matters in picking loads, not just getting on a load board, picking a load board and saying, yeah, I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm going here, I'm going there, and then at the end of the week or the end of the month, however you got your numbers and everything to work, you're in the negative. So, again, I know I was all over the place. That's just my mind. Like, it'd be a lot of stuff going on in here, and it kind of just comes out as it comes out. This is my 60-day review. All in all, I'm rocking with them. Everything's good over here. Want to come over to USA, I would definitely say come. Like, come. You can make money over here. There's money to be made. So come on, come join me. Don't come join me, go somewhere else. But whatever you do, wherever you go, especially if you're thinking about becoming an owner operator, figure out your numbers. And that's it until next time. Y'all stay up.